I've heard some people shrug off their addictive tendencies by saying, I can't be an alcoholic, I don't drink that much, or I don't drink alone, or I don't drink first thing in the morning. The issue isn't the quantity or even the frequency, but rather what happens once you've started drinking. Addiction is a complex condition or interaction between human beings and their environment. We need to view it simultaneously from many different angles in order to be able to fully understand it. It is characterized by behaviors that include one or more of the following: impaired control over drug use, compulsive use, continued use despite harm, as well as craving. The key features of substance addictions are the use of drugs or alcohol despite negative consequences and continual relapse even after trying to stop. Now, as helpful as such definitions are, we have to take a broader view to fully understand the addiction process. There is a fundamental addiction process that can express itself in many ways through many different habits. The use of substances like heroin, cocaine, nicotine, and alcohol, those are the main examples because they have the highest risk of physiological and medical consequences. Many behavioral addictions that don't include any substances can also be highly destructive to physical health, psychological imbalance, and personal and social relationships. Addiction is any repeated behavior, substance-related or not, where a person feels compelled to persevere through the action, regardless of its negative impact on their lives and the lives of others. Some people like to have a checklist to assess, am I an addict, or is this person that I know an addict? So here is one that is easy to use and quite tough to deny. Number one, you have a compulsive engagement with the behavior. It pops into your head and doesn't seem to go away under certain circumstances. 2, you are unable to control yourself at times, and regardless of the consequences to your health, finances, or relationships, you do it anyway. Number 3, you suffer these consequences as a result of the behavior, but still you keep doing it, even though there is a chance of you suffering again and again. Often these things get worse over time. Number 4, you suffer discomfort, irritability, mood changes, or just generally feel not so great if you know that you cannot do that one particular thing right now. Sometimes you might crave doing it, and sometimes it might just start to take over your thoughts a little bit at a time. How does an addict know that he or she has impaired control? Simple, because they can't stop the behavior in spite of the negative consequences. They make promises to themselves or to others to give it up, but despite the pain, peril, and many promises, the stopping never comes or the relapses just keep happening. All addictions, it doesn't matter what they are, share similar brain circuits and brain chemicals. On a biochemical level, the purpose of all addictions is to create an altered physiological state in the brain. This can be achieved in many ways, with drug taking being the most direct. Now is probably the time to mention that there are a whole lot of misconceptions around addiction that so many people still believe in. This is dealt with in detail in another one of our videos. First, the withdrawals. They're different for each type of drug and for each type of behavior, and yes, behavioral addictions have withdrawal symptoms too, but explaining that will be an entirely different section on its own. Watch the space. Once the withdrawals have stopped, then the tough work begins, staying stopped. If you feel that when you start, you can't stop, and when you stop, you can't stay stopped, then you probably need professional help. Please give us a call for thorough professional assessments and we will gently guide you through the process.